matchup in the East, and so far it's looked like the 2-7 matchup in the East. Jason Tatum's got 21. Boston is led by as many as 23. And at the half, it's a 64-46 count. Celtics leading the Sixers. It's a halftime report presented by Kia. Ernie Johnson, Charles Barkley, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. Talking in the pregame show about the teams that play good defense, and if you're not having a great offensive day, the defense will always be there. Celtics are having a good day offensively and defensively.
Yeah, that's what separates them. I think the the Pistons and OKC, they play great defense. But the Celtics are only one of those teams that are heavily relied on the three. If they're making threes, they pretty much, they're tough for anybody to beat. But they play great defense. But this, to me, man, that was a boring half. That was like a scrimmage. I mean, they just out there screwing around right now because they don't worry about the Sixers. And the Sixers kind of just playing basketball. It's not like they have a strategy. But that just looked like a scrimmage to me.
Boston holding Philly to 33% shooting in the first half and 2 out of 16 from deep. The halftime highlights presented by Kia. And a look at the offensive side of the ball at this point. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown combining for 31. And just keep this in mind. When the Celtics have a 20-point lead, they're 36-0. Kenny the Jet Smith, you get to go first.
Yeah, I want to ask Shaq.
Off of your defeat from last night.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not running.
Chuck is a good look one.
Chuck,
the ugly one.
Chuck, would you add San Antonio to that group of play defense?
They play a little bit different. They funnel everything down to Victor. I think they got a very good defensive team.
Vassell and Castle.
Yeah, they're all good defenders, but they funnel everything to Victor. That's the only thing that's different.
Oh, what's it going on? But now
You win, man. You win. I can't. There's no way I can get there, and he's already straight.
I'm looking at Chuckster, and all I see is your eye looking over here.
Oh, come on, man. I'm not going. I'm not running. I'm not Sunday. I don't run on Sunday mornings.
Well, you going to church?
Yes, indeed. I'm going to church right here. But
if you want to run, listen, you know what? We're not going to listen to the Pope anymore. We're going to listen to Sam Jackson and Pulp Fiction.
All right, say less. But I'll tell you this, when you talk about the offense and the threes, but one of the most underrated things about this is they don't just stick to the three. So freeze it here. You think he's coming off to shoot a three, and you step up hard. When you step up hard, what happens? He gets to the rim. Jason Tatum is saying, no, I'm not just a three-point shooter. I'm not going to rely on it. And so same thing with Jaylen Brown. All of a sudden, you get this flare screen. You think this is a wide-open three. You get there. He's like, no, I'm going to take my time because I see, freeze it here. I see that there was nothing in the middle. Andre Drummond is too far. He's playing in a no-man's land. So once I get by Paul George, it's going to be an easy rain to the basket. Forget the three. Let me get a dunk. And that's what separates these two superstars from anything else is that they will go to the basket and change up the dynamic and get easy ones. And that's why Boston is really, really good.
Shooting 50% in the first half, by the way, 21-0 when they shoot 50% in a game. Now, what goes along with that is the ability to share the ball.
Yeah, another thing that makes Boston a good team is they have no wasted dribbles. You know, they move the ball very well. As we roll the tape right here, listen, they're calling the play, the high pick and roll right there. Guy rolls hard, gives him the ball, card right there.
Watch your head, boy.
Read and react right there. I'm not wasting a dribble. I'm not wasting another dribble. Oh, triangle offense right there. Boom, turn around, Scottie Pippen. Right here, one pass, another pass. Like I said, no wasted dribbles right there. We take the shot. And right here, everybody eats, Ernie. We're at home, my main man, Lukey Dookie for three.
Dookie.
Lukey Dookie for three. Yeah, like they don't, mess around, put it between your legs. They just get it. We don't have the shot.
And Ernie,
we move the ball.
One thing wasn't talked about at the trade deadline is them getting Vucevic.
Right.
I think that was a great pickup. He's going to help them going forward in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's hurt for a while, but now he is back in time for the playoff run. A business-like first 24 minutes for the Celtics, who lead it by 18.
That's exactly right, Mr. P. Michael Green. That was so boring. Thank God for hockey.
All right, back here on Celtics Postgame Live, taking a look at the FW Web assist. For a great assist every time, come to FW Web, where the customer is always #1. That was Jason Tatum. to Jordan Walsh. Back in the first half.
Look how long his arms are. He was almost out of bounds laying that up.
That was, I think, the final play of the first quarter as Celtics led 33-18 after one. And Eddie, in total, they had 31 assists.
Yep.
Your thoughts on the ball movement tonight and the way they shared it?
It was hopping around. Jason Tatum was the leader of that. He had 7. Derek White had 6. Peyton Pritchard had 6. And then everybody chipped in with some twos and fews, and one here and one there. But we talk about 31 assists on 45 field goals. That means the ball was moving around. They couldn't do anything. We weren't playing selfish basketball, or it was an agenda-free basketball. Whoever was open, you make the right play, get it to the right guy at the right time, and they will finish most of the time open shot, or they will get a layup, or they will get a dunk. So I thought today was a great example of when we get 30 or more assists. We've been saying that 25 is the magic number. We get 30 assists, we're pretty much unbeatable.
And think about it, the Celtics shot the three-pointer good but not great. Like 16 of 44, 36.4%, certainly better than Philly did. But normally when that assist number goes to the moon is when guys are just unconscious beyond the arc. So there's just even another level they can get to. But to set that sort of tone, the ability to move the ball, get good looks whenever they wanted. And again, Nemi with the foul trouble wasn't even out there, and he's one of the easiest guys to toss it up there too. So I think they can even kick that number up. What we do need is we need some sponsor for like Eddie's post-game assist. Like if they hit 30 or more, I need like buzzers going off or something like that.
Am I going to get paid for that?
Of course.
I'm looking for $1 or $2.
Not only do they have 31 assists, but they also only turn it over 10 times.
Yes.
You see how many points the Sixers scored off turnovers?
What?
3.
3.
They had 3 points off turnovers.
And the Sixers had 15 turnovers. Guess how many points we scored off of that? Don't look down at the paper.
Sorry.
Well,
22.
22.
I mean,
already look, man.
we said coming into this series, live ball turnovers were going to be important for the Celtics to limit. And I thought they were sloppy early. Jalen was a little loose with the handle, but that was about the only thing that went wrong. And for them to clean that up that quickly is really encouraging.
And they cleaned it up enough throughout the first half there. And again, it was 8-7, I think, a few minutes in. Celtics went on a 9-0 run. They had a 14-2 run in that first quarter. And then they're up by 18 at the half, Chris. They set the tone.
Yeah.
I mean, this game ended up 32. Celtics winning by 32, but they set the tone in the first half.
I give a lot of credit to Sam Hauser. You know, he was ready when the ball came his way and knocking down shots. Cato was activated before he got into the foul trouble. I mean, I know we'll focus on Jason Tatum and how good he was, but setting everybody else up and getting all the guys to like feel good about themselves. And then there was no letdown. Like the bench, again, they kind of shook up the rotation a little bit. Jordan Walsh being the early sub, you know, having to go to Vooch early because of the foul trouble. Garza, all these guys came in and found a way to positively impact winning. It goes back to it, Eddie. Everyone is staying ready for their moment, and then obviously when your leaders are playing like this, it's easy, but I really like the way that everybody else found a way to contribute to it.
And you know what was getting overlooked in all this, because the way that they played offensively is how great we played defensively. You look at Maxey, had, 21 points on 20 field goal attempts. You look at Edgecombe, he had 13 points on 16 field goal attempts. And the only guy that was really, really efficient was Paul George, and he only took 8 shots. He went to the free throw line and made his free throws. But besides that, you start looking at those two guys. Those are the guys that drive the Sixers, and they have driven the Sixers all season long, getting out in transition. We didn't let them get out in transition. We had made sure that we had gaps. They had opportunities where they scored and they were able to get down because they're really good players. But for the most part, they didn't get clear looks. They didn't get clean looks. They didn't get easy layups. We stopped them in transition, and they always seen a body, a secondary body. Whoever was guarding them, there was a secondary body and a third body as well that they seen that they had to try to get through, and they just could not figure out that puzzle tonight. And I think that, yeah, we were great offensively, but I think defensively always spawns the great offense.
And then you look at what Philadelphia did from behind the arc, 4 of 23. And Sam Hauser made as many threes as the entire Philadelphia 76ers team on this night.
Not going to beat the Celtics with that.
I don't think so. Let's send it back downstairs. Abby Chin standing by with head coach Joe Mazzulla.
Joe, game 1, largest margin of victory in a playoff opener in Celtics history. The number that caught me is that Philly only hit 4 threes. How were you guys able to contain them on the perimeter?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I thought they missed some really good shots, that they'll make, and will be a difference maker. I thought we did a relatively good job on the stuff that we can't control, and they're going to test that the entire series. Did a decent job of it tonight. We got to continue to do a good job of it.
Also held Philly's starting backcourt to a -55. How were you able to contain those two?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was necessarily contained. I thought, like I said, as a team, I thought we did a good job taking away some of the stuff that we can control. But those guys put a ton of pressure on you. They'll be much better. We have to be much better as well.
What do you, if game one is the feel-out game, and I know you go on principle, so what are the tangible takeaways?
Yeah, I mean, the stuff that we can control. What do we do well? Where do we have to get better? I mean, it's no different than the process of how we play preseason, regular season, playoffs. We have to maintain the level of intensity, physicality, which I thought we showed some moments of on both ends of the floor. And then we go back tomorrow, probably 20, 25 possessions, and we get better at those, and we move on to the next game with the expectation of both teams will be better.
Consistent, no doubt. Joe, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, let's jump into the steal of the game, brought to you by Stop & Shop. With more than 10,000 items on sale every week, it's easy to make winning plays at Stop & Shop. Jason Tatum with the finish on the other end is, again, the Celtics defense leading the offense. Derek White.
Let me have that.
Up to Jason Tatum for the finish is, again, Celtics points off turnovers, 22 of those tonight.